That was Sia, and it was Alive. People will remember the X Factor performance now, which is, I think, the Daily Mail have been commenting on, so that's how controversial it was. Sia is right here in front of me now. Hi, how are you?
I'm so happy to see you again.
I thought this would never happen, because I chatted to you on the phone and you were a little bit like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. But now you're here in full effect.
I just decided, well, if I'm going to put out music, I may as well do a couple of, things that I want to do to try and support it.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't have to. I'm so lucky. I have part of my record deal says I don't have to do promo and I don't have to tour or I don't have to do TV shows or anything like that. But there are a few things that I just think sometimes I think, oh, they're smart, that has a great reach, that'll reach millions of people. And then there are other things that I'm just like, oh, I haven't seen Jo in maybe 12 years or something.
I was so excited about seeing you. I was like, I'm going to see an old friend. This is great.
I know, because I was a fan of yours I was just a fan of yours and how supportive you were of music. And then also I was like, I looked up to you. I just found you to be very sort of poised and beautiful. And, you know, on the odd occasion that people said we looked alike, I was always hugely flattered. And so it's like when they said I was doing, you know, the opportunity to do you, it was just like, yeah.
Oh, I think it was 2001. I was doing my research. It was 2001.
So it's been 14
years.
Yeah,
it really has. Wow. I know, ridiculous.
That means your daughter must be an adult.
No, I was just saying, I was telling your people
crazy.
When they arrived, yeah. And I said, oh, God, I remember there was a certain Glastonbury, and you kind of babysat my daughter for me. And you hung out together. Yeah, India is her name. And she's 23 now. How old does that make you feel?
That's crazy. You know, because at the time I was also, right before I hit the big time, with that one hit I had here, I was a nanny for 3 little boys, and one of them has a moustache now. And the other day I was just like, this is so crazy how time flies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really
that made
is.
me feel old.
Yeah.
Straight to the dermatologist I went.
But you don't look old. How is that?
Botox, Juvederm, Ulthera.
Wow. So hand on heart, you recommend all this.
Moisturiser, humidifier, bottled water.
Wow. Going to do all of that. I'm so going to do all of that. Anyway, listen, what was X Factor like for you doing that? It was an amazing performance.
It's fine. It's really, I mean, I hate to sort of glamorize it, but it is just like going to work. You know, I think for anyone who's if you're a spray tan artist, you go to work and give someone a spray tan. If you build walls, you go to work and put bricks on top of other bricks. And for me, I just flew on a plane and came here, and then I get to the trailer and I sit and I watch my Louis Theroux documentaries, and I take a beta blocker an hour before I'm going to go on so I don't get too nervous.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. And then I climb up a big ladder and on top of a box, and then I sing, and then I get down off the ladder and I take some photos with some celebrity judges.
It's the job.
And then I get back into my car and drive back to my hotel room and try and sleep, even though in my world it's like midday on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
It's bedtime now. Yeah. So it's a weird thing, you know. It's like, I understand that being a part-time pop star is pretty fun. I do get to try on a lot of shoes and sometimes keep them. But it's just like any other job to a degree.
Yeah.
I think.
My favourite thing about the performance was that there's all this mystique, and it's like, oh, God, Sia's on X Factor. What's she going to be like? What's she going to be wearing? And what's it going to be like? And then you did the interview with Ollie Murs afterwards, and you were just yourself, and you were funny, even though you were stood on this ridiculous plinth. And I was hugely relieved, because it was like, oh, okay, so there's all the mystique, but she hasn't changed one little bit, which is great.
Try not to, yeah, because...
Why should you?
No, yeah. I mean, the whole purpose of life, isn't it, is trying to attune to people and co-regulate and have good intimacy, and you only deny yourself that if you separate yourself from the rest.
Yeah. But I think there's the mystique of you not showing your face at the moment. So it's a whole new generation of people who don't know essentially what you're really like. So your relationship with music, what did happen? Because you were a performer, you were a pop star, and you sang on your own songs, you had your own career, and then you went away.
Yeah, well, 2 things happened. I wasn't enjoying myself as an artist. I was sick, and I didn't know I was sick, with a thyroid condition, and also I was a terrible alcoholic, and I had started popping pills as well. So I was misdiagnosed as having panic disorder, so they started giving me panic pills, like anti-anxiety meds. And really it was this thyroid condition was called hyperthyroidism, and it was causing me to be panicky and shake like I had Parkinson's. And I was trying to, I guess it was partially self-medication, but also I thought I was crazy. Now, actually, there was a third thing that came into play, and that was that it turned out that I was also bipolar too. So that involves mania and depression, and had been for my entire life. And so
that's a lethal concoction.
Yeah, I mean, it was
concoction.
I just literally, I had to stop doing everything.
Can I ask at what point? Sorry, I'm butting in.
This was
what
5
point
years
was this?
ago.
Okay, fine.
It was 5 years and 3-4 months ago. And I literally I had to stop. I hit a bottom and I thought, I can't do it this way anymore. And I thought, I want to just be a pop songwriter for pop stars and just be a behind the scenes person and just spend time with my dogs and be at home and have a stable life. And so I got a new manager who believed me when I said, I promise I'll be a good pop songwriter for other people if you can help me do that. And so he supported me, and I managed to get a couple of good pop cuts. And then I put out an album only as a byproduct of trying to get out of my publishing deal. I had to put out one more album on a major label through the UK in order to be done with my publishing deal, in order to sign a new publishing deal. And when you're a pop songwriter, you want to have that opportunity because then you can get a really crazy advance. And so really we just put out the last album, 1,000 Forms of Fear, just in order to actually behoove my pop songwriting career. I didn't think anything was really going to happen with it, and I was thinking, how can I do it so that I don't get sick again? So I made the Blonde Bob into a marketing tool, and I thought, we'll put actors in the Blonde Bob and I won't have to do any promo or touring, and we put it into the contract, the record deal, no promo, no touring. And then it turned out the only corner of the market that nobody had commandeered was mystery. And in fact, that this accidental place that I had discovered of mystery turned me into a almost overnight pop sensation. So
how funny is that? Wow. And here you are.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, like, I'm pretty open book. As you can see, there's not a lot of mystery here in real life when we're talking here.
Siri's not wearing the wig right now, can we just say?
Yeah.
We look identical.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Give or take 10 years.
But certainly I just was sort of thinking, how can I not exploit my face and my body and all of the things that make it hard to be a pop star, girl, woman in the biz? How can I skirt those difficult paths and still make pop music and sing it and be successful? So that's what I've been trying to do.
The device,
it's just trying to. I understand people can Google my face. I get it. I'm not an idiot. It's not really a shtick. I mean, it's like, it's a handy gimmick, you know. Sure, it's become like, it's behooved me, so people may call it a gimmick, and I'm fine with that. But it originated from a true desire to live a normal life, and I understand that there are pictures of my face around and people can find them, but I guess I'm banking on people being lazy and just not being bothered to Google it if they want. Google it if they want to, you know. So it's just like one step between me and fame, just like making it just a little bit harder.
Yeah. Listen, we played live. Now that song originally was written for Adele, with Adele and Tobias Jesso Jr.
Yeah, with her for her album. It was a session for her that I did a couple of days with them for, but none of the songs made it onto her record, but this one made it onto mine.
Because you wanted it? Oh, no, she didn't want it, did she?
She rejected it because she just said that it stuck out when she put it in line with all of the rest of the songs on the record. She said it just poked out like it just didn't fit.
Having heard the album, that makes complete sense, actually.
Totally.
So can I ask you to choose, you know her album, you've listened to it. Are there any songs on there that stand out to you that you want us to play? Or
I mean,
I
like Hello, but I also love that Max Martin one. Is it called Under the Bridge? What, Save My Love? Take My Love.
Send My Love.
Send My Love. Thanks, Dave. He's miming my manager. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that one. I've only heard it twice. I heard it in the studio when she played it for me, and I was literally like, Max, if she doesn't do that song, give it to me because I want to do it.